So today is April 3rd in the US, which was declared by some mysterious entity Punish a Muslim Day. It started in the UK, it came to the US somehow. It's still 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m. in the day, so still early. I had some thoughts on that. First of all, I hope there wouldn't be any major attacks on Muslims or anything. Uh, Maybe some small annoyances here and there, but hopefully nothing major. We've seen a video recently of a man punching a Muslim woman in a hospital. It was caught on video, and it was done a few days before, so it could have been someone who tried to implement it a bit early, before the day itself. I am really pleased this time with the reaction of the Muslim community to this threat. The Muslim leaders that I heard had a very balanced message to the Muslim community. On one hand, they asked the community to be vigilant, but on the other hand, they pointed out that this is just a minority. Majority of people in the U.S. are really nice to their Muslim neighbors, and they also didn't ask anyone to stay at home or anything. So I didn't see any feeling of panic or displays of victimhood. I think that the community this time displayed a mature reaction to this, which I really appreciate. I think a lot of people would agree that this call to violence against Muslims is not free speech in any way, because free speech stops. There's a red line there. Once you get into inciting people to violence, it's not free speech anymore. I really believe that any speech should be allowed, no matter how much it could annoy some people. However, once you incite to violence, that's the line where it's no longer free speech. Also, might be worthwhile to mention that we should be happy that we live in a country where there's a rule of law. We know the authorities, at least in Chicago where I live, I heard that the police will be adding extra security around mosques and Islamic schools. So that's something to be thankful for. And even if some, say that we have a president now who's not really the most pro-minorities president, I think it doesn't really matter. President, no matter what views he has, is serving his term. What really matters is the rule of law that exists and that will outlive any president. The biggest takeaway, really, I want us as a Muslim community here to take away, and also to maybe communicate to our fellow Muslims in Muslim majority countries, is to take our experience as a minority here, and of course the feelings of fear that some might experience, and take that and try to apply it and to other minorities in our Muslim majority countries, because in our Muslim majority countries there are minorities that also suffer from harassment and sometimes even violence. And I think these experiences should make us more aware and more understanding of the fear that these minorities also, might experience. So what we really want to see in our Muslim majority countries is a similar rule of law to what we see here in the US. And we also need to remember that protecting minorities is actually something that's in the Islamic tradition. There is one hadith of Prophet Muhammad where he says, "Man adha dhimmiyan fa ana khasimuhu yawm al-qiyamah." The meaning of the hadith is the Prophet says, "Whoever hurts a non-Muslim, I will be the non-Muslim's advocate in the Day of Judgment." So that's a strong warning from the Prophet of Muslims, against harming any non-Muslim minority in our communities. So that is not really something foreign to our traditions, but sadly we seem to selectively ignore some of the teachings